In boxing, fear is something every fighter understands, because stepping into the ring means risking everything, your pride, your record, and sometimes even your health. But every once in a while a fighter appears who seems completely untouched by that fear, a fighter who walks forward when others hesitate, and that fighter is Naoya Inoue, the quiet champion from Japan who the boxing world knows by a terrifying nickname, the Monster. Born in 1993 in Zama, Japan, Inoue was introduced to boxing at a very young age by his father, who believed that discipline and perfect technique were more important than brute strength. So while many young fighters focused only on throwing hard punches, Inoue was taught to think about every movement, every angle, and every opportunity inside the ring, slowly developing a style built on precision, timing, and devastating accuracy, and as he grew older his talent became impossible to ignore. Dominating the amateur scene in Japan and building a reputation as a fighter who combined speed, intelligence, and shocking power despite competing in the lighter weight divisions where knockouts are usually less common. When Inoue finally turned professional in 2012, many experts expected him to take the traditional slow path most young fighters follow, building experience with easier opponents. But Inoue had other plans, and in only his sixth professional fight he challenged for a world title and won it, an achievement so rare that it immediately caught the attention of the entire boxing world. But instead of slowing down after becoming champion he continued chasing greater challenges, moving up in weight divisions and proving that his power was not limited to one category, knocking out opponents with punches that looked almost effortless yet carried incredible force, especially his famous body shots which seemed to drain the strength from even the toughest fighters, leaving them unable to continue. And with each victory his reputation grew stronger as fans and analysts began to realize they were witnessing something special, a fighter who possessed not just power but the rare ability to control every second of a fight. The nickname, the Monster, began spreading across the sport because once Inoue starts attacking his opponents rarely survive for long. His combinations arrive with blinding speed and frightening accuracy, and his calm expression inside the ring makes the destruction look almost routine. But one of the most defining chapters of his career came when he entered the World Boxing Super Series, a prestigious tournament designed to determine the best fighter in the division, bringing together elite champions and dangerous contenders from around the world, and many critics believed this would be the moment where Inoue's dominance would finally be tested against fighters who could truly challenge him. Yet fight after fight he delivered spectacular performances, knocking out opponents and advancing through the tournament with frightening efficiency until he reached the final where he faced the legendary Filipino champion Naoya Inoue, a battle that would become one of the most memorable fights in modern boxing. Early in the fight disaster struck when Inoue landed a powerful punch that fractured Inoue's orbital bone, damaging his eye and leaving him in visible pain, and for many fighters such an injury would have completely changed the outcome of the fight, forcing them to retreat or even give up. But Inoue refused to break, continuing to move forward round after round despite the pain, trading punches with a veteran champion who was determined to prove that experience could defeat youth, and for 12 brutal rounds the two warriors pushed each other to the limit, showing incredible courage and determination inside the ring until the final bell rang and Inoue emerged victorious, earning not only the championship trophy but also the respect of boxing fans around the world who now understood that the Monster was not just a knockout artist but a fighter with extraordinary heart and resilience. After that unforgettable victory, Inoue's career continued to rise to even greater heights as he unified multiple world titles and eventually became an undisputed champion, a rare accomplishment that only a few fighters in boxing history have achieved, dominating his division with a combination of explosive power, lightning-fast combinations, and near-perfect timing that made him one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport regardless of weight class, and today he is widely considered one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the world, admired not only for his devastating knockouts but also for his professionalism, discipline, and calm personality outside the ring, because despite the fame and success he remains humble and focused on improving his craft, always preparing for the next challenge and always searching for the next opponent brave enough to face him. And as long as Naoya Inoue continues stepping into the ring the legend of the Monster will keep growing, reminding the boxing world that true greatness is not just about winning fights but about dominating them with a level of precision, courage, and relentless determination that very few fighters in history have ever possessed. Boxing glove fire.